I have a lot of yoga props, and these props really help me go deeper into some of the poses or make some poses feel a lot more comfortable. One of the things that I first came to yoga decades ago to address was my wrists. I had a lot of wrist pain. In yoga, we don't do much flexion of the wrist, but we do a lot of extension, like downward facing dog and plank position, especially if you do vinyasa yoga or a lot of sun salutes. So this is a very quick and easy solution. You'll be able to do your sun salutes with this prop in place. You'll need an extra sticky mat so that you can use that as your wedge. We'll begin in all fours position. In this tabletop position, when the hands are weight bearing, a lot of time that carpal tunnel, that area right between the base of the thumb and the far edge of the hand, that little area where a lot of tendons and nerves pass through goes flat against the mat. So one of the things you can do is just claw the mat a lot and put more weight on your fingertips. And that works, but if you're doing a lot of repetitions, it's best to have a little wedge. So by using your mat, you can elevate the base of the hand, press through the fingertip tops to come to downward facing dog, to come to a plank position comfortably, to lower yourself through chaturanga all the way down to the floor and to cobra. I like placing this underneath the mat, so it's not when you're stepping through, so it's not such a hindrance. If you just tuck it behind the mat, place the mat over it, it is a little bit of a bump, but you have no obstructions on the mat. Let's try that. Come to all fours position with the base of the hand elevated, lift up to downward facing dog. Come through to a plank position, lower yourself down to the mat, draw your heart forward in a baby cobra, come back to downward facing dog. Now step through, step your right foot forward. Now that's where it gets a little tricky. You step the right foot forward, you don't want to be on that elevation to lift up, to come to a high lunge. Release your hands down, take your back knee down. That's it. That's the fix for those of us that love vinyasa yoga, for those of us that want to make sure that if the wrist in extension is not going parallel to the earth, when it's not supporting weight, then when you are supporting weight and putting a bit too much pressure in the carpal tunnel area, then it's time to consider creating a wedge. You can buy these wedges, but you probably have the props already available to you in your own yoga supplies. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.